and an 80% win rate.
Nice, nice. So your hero pool, well, it's just 80% venture, and what for other heroes?
Uh, Genji, Cassidy, and Ash are my other two DPS right now.
Genji, Cassidy, Ash. I see. Okay. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Sure, why not? You can actually I don't remember if I mentioned that, but try to lean towards probably in your case
Projectile or
yeah, might be better, but you can also go with this. Yeah, I'm just saying maybe you can think about that because Adventure is projectile here as well, same as a Genji. Maybe you can actually keep the Hanzo. Remember you had the Hanzo, so you can maybe have the hero pool,
yeah.
which is Genji, Hanzo, Venture. Just potentially something to
I'm
think
still
about.
playing a little bit of Hanzo.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Well, I'm just gonna mention it in the summary here. You can think. Okay. Uh, well, so when you've been playing Venture, is there anything you've been applying from the previous sessions? Just anything, yeah, you've been working
Yeah,
on?
taking 90-degree angles, actually playing behind cover because with Venture, you do have that escapability, but it's so delayed that you can't use it like immediately, like you can dash or recall or uh those types of escapabilities. So you really have to find more cover, and especially since you can't be healed underground, cover is a huge part for her. Uh, those 90-degree angles as well, just trying to get that one shot combo and having a way out.
I see. I see. Okay. 90 angles, ability usage, so able to get out. Okay. And yeah, well, today we assume we want to go over Venture with you, or?
Yes, and I had two of them pinned that uh I felt like I played well but lost, but I don't know where they went. So
Sure.
I have one that we won, uh, but I know I could have played better.
Sure. Let's go over Venture then. And well, is there anything specific you struggling with at the moment with her?
Just remembering that her like burrow's not immediate. I keep getting stunned out of it.
I see. Yeah, yeah. You definitely have to whenever you trying to borrow. Usually initiate behind the cover. It might be even when you're closing the gap with the enemy. Sometimes you have to use it early. Sometimes you can use it as an escape. So it definitely depends on situation what you want to do with that. But yeah, we can go with that. Sure. Well, just
And
overall ability usage. Yeah.
and also like you can't like I don't know how to play long range with her because you really can't because it's her gun's only what 13, 14 meters distance.
Well, yeah. Same. Think about it the same way as you would do as a Genji. What do you do on the?
Staying in dash range of their back line.
Yes, exactly. So it's kind of similar, but as a Genji, you stand in the dash range and you can even let's put it this way, stand in this right click range a little bit more. That's more effective. Yeah, we're kind of looking for shotgun angles where you can do a lot of damage. Here it's similar. It's your positioning gonna be more compared to Reapers, to be honest. So think
Okay.
about it like the Reapers. Genji as well is just the Genji. You have more flexibility with your mobility. With the Venture, you actually can use the dash, your well right click, as a mobility tool as well. But most of your damage still kind of comes up close. You gotta keep that in mind. So I think starting with definitely more short range positions is good. You just need to get there. You just need to get there first. That's the main challenge. We can go with that actually. Just writing it down.
She really feels like a DPS Doom as well.
Yeah, a lot of people say that because of again big burst, short range, and all the shields again as well. So sure, it's just with the
I think
Doom.
that
Yep.
I think that's why I enjoy playing her so much because in Overwatch 1, Doomfist was definitely towards the end my most played hero out of anything.
I see. I see. Right. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Is it Doomfist you have slightly you had slightly more mobility, so it's different. Of course, Venture is more of I think more leaning towards the brawl character. Still, you have some dav elements because of your mobility, but I always like to simplify it to what is that main direction we lean towards, really, and it's just mainly she's brawl character, and because of all the all this kind of abilities which gives you sustain and just up close damage. That's how you can think about it most of it. Yeah, sure. Okay,
Yeah.
we can go with Venture then. Well, ability usage, staying. So I'm just gonna specify. Yeah. What do we do in the long range? Okay, in the long range, is there anything else? What seemed to be the problem in your latest gameplay?
Uh, I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
So okay, yeah, we can go over that then in this session. Okay. Okay, here we go. There's a code. Okay, I'm just gonna screen share. One moment. Okay, can you see my stream just fine? Is it working?
Okay.
Yep. Is it working for you just fine?
It is.
Nice, perfect. Okay, let's take a look. King's Row. Well, you definitely don't have as many as long sidelines and Kings are here. You have more of a short sidelines. Of course, there's some long sidelines as well, but just mainly, I think you should be comfortable playing this here. Here, you also have some verticality you can abuse, so keep it in mind as well. Okay, let's.
Another.
Yeah.
So far, there are some maps I do not play her on, like Circuit Row and Junkertown. Mainly because of that reason.
I see, I see. Well, it's just on those maps, it's really gonna be how do you do all these rotations, and it's gonna take longer, maybe sometimes even gonna take you two cooldown rotations to just get from one place to another, and that's definitely fine. You just can always specify. I'm setting up first with whatever I do with my abilities sometimes as well. You can use them to just get on the angle, like similar to when you play Tracer. Yeah, it's not like you hold your blinks forever. No, you still can use your blinks to get somewhere. As Reaper, you can use a TP, for example. As Genji, you can even use the dash to get from one position to another. Here it's gonna be a lot similar, I think. So
Okay.
yeah, let's see. What is can you remind me what is your name again?
Frederick, you're on me.
Okay, okay. So it's this one. Uh-huh. Okay. Well, where do you choose to play as this character? Mm.
Uh, that's probably not the right answer where I'm at right now. Uh, Probably honestly behind statue.
Behind statue, yeah.
Are in hotel instead of where I'm at.
If we're thinking more Reaper's angles, right? What
Uh,
what would be the good angle for Reaper in general?
Second floor theater.
Second floor. You're talking about this one?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, might be. Okay, actually need give me 1 second. Need to adjust the recording. Okay, now it's good. Yeah, so second floor over here. Well, might be. I think because you can definitely abuse the fact that you have mobility, you have a lot of escape as well. You can kind of burrow on the ground, and then you can also right click through the ground. I think this is something you can start with. Yeah, probably getting in this angle. You also have short range space to work with. If somebody goes after you, you can kind of punish them real quick and get out. If not, then you at least kind of leveraging this as your tool to like go on something. Yeah, go on somebody, right? This corner can work. It's just a little bit of not the best. I think in terms of they can easily scout you probably, right? They can easily kind of get you at the start, right? That's why I always maybe can initially think as the more of a reap angle. You see, like they might notice you, and then you cannot just two shot somebody. Yeah, you just let's put it this way. I'm gonna write it down. So one, we're using short range spaces. Okay, that's one. Second, you gotta be patient. I think as well, quite a lot because you have a lot of burst whenever you play the character with the high burst, I think it's pretty good if you can be patient before your engagement. Yeah, so I'm not just doing always simple shots on the enemy. I'm trying to make sure I'm precise with my engagement. Yeah, I'm just can do meaningful damage and then get out. Does it make sense to you?
It does.
Yeah. Because here you kind of forced out and you're not even able to use your drill ability, like the second ability. But what if I on the high ground and then I use my drill and then I use borrow to get out? Yeah, it's kind of similar. You would use the borrow here and you'll probably get to the hotel. Yeah, you'll be fine. I think it's just because it's let's put it this way. Remember what was the rule when you played the Doomfist when you're trying to engage the enemy about the abilities?
Don't use all of them just to engage.
Right. It's kind of you want to have one ability as an escape at any point of time. What ability you want to have, it depends on situation. Yeah, remember as the previous Doomfist, it was kind of well, if I want to get out on the high ground, I probably need my what's it called, like uppercut. Yeah, exactly. You need your uppercut as an escape. If you need more horizontal mobility, yeah, if I don't have any high ground, then I need punch as my escape. Okay, here it's kind of similar. You only need one cooldown usually as an escape, but it depends on situation what kind of cooldown you need as an escape. So like here, probably borrow is fine because you're using horizontal. Okay, let me just write it down. So escape. Okay, escape. If you have some horizontal movement, I think this borrow is okay. If you're using vertical, probably it's gonna be right click, but we're gonna go with that. Let's just kind of continue with the where do we play first? Yeah, let's start with that a little bit more. Then I think we're gonna discuss all this escapes and such. Okay, so this is the damage. Now, you got out. That's understandable. Well, is there a way for you to get on bad angle? Again, thinking about same as a Reaper, yeah, where I would position in this current moment once I done the pressure. So it's been done, yeah, like right
So
here.
once I rotated out, I could have went to the high ground. Either right where I'm looking at the ledge of that side, or try to get on statue and try to force them out from above. Or I could go in hotel
Yeah,
and try to
yeah,
flank behind them.
exactly. I think because our idea is to just try to maintain short range space, yeah, trying to maintain short range space anywhere you can, yeah. You as a character, because you have quite a lot of mobility, what if I think about that? Because what kind of greedy angles you can take? Yeah, if we hear the enemy is attacking from this position A, okay, they come from A, and then you can be positioned. I can say maybe taking this angle 1, or maybe taking this angle 2. Yeah, angle 1 is gonna be more greedy because it's more 180 angle. Yeah,
It's more punishable.
yeah, it's punishable, right? It's punishable, but can you get out if you potentially position on that angle? Yeah, let's say you get there and you have all your cooldowns while staying at that position when attacking, let's say this spot. Are you gonna be able to get out when attack the enemy in here?
Uh, yes, but it depends on how they rotate. So if you're in
Mm-hmm.
position 1, you can go across to the high ground.
Mm-hmm.
And either go get the mega or fall back to your healers. Or you can burrow through the point back to behind point 2.
Right. Okay. So see, it's kind of the range. I think at some point, if I'm at 1, yeah, it might feel a little bit uncomfortable for me to get out. Yeah, that's what I think. You really have to keep an eye on the range, where you position and where you attack from. So, you can put it this way: your Genji rule before, it was when you was trying to escape is just play one dash away. Yeah, here you can also phrase it in a similar way. I want to play one ability away. Yeah, I want to play either one my borrow away or one right click away. That's why your position. That's why I think hotel can work just fine. It's a short range. You're playing one ability away, and it should be okay. Yeah, that does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes
Okay.
perfect sense.
Yeah. Okay. So this is just about the angle. What do you choose? Where do you choose to play? Definitely don't stack up on main. There's no reason. You high burst character, take an angle, go somewhere. You can use your your drill as a mobility tool when you're punishing the enemy. That's fine. But that initially, yeah, I'm trying to sneak in, see what are the options for me to do some early pressure. Oh, the enemy is kind of staggered, so it's good for you. That's fine. You
I got cocky right there.
you just probably need to play the cover. Once you got the venture, just play cover, lean towards the left. But this here is okay. You just get your borrow in 4 seconds, and you can get out. That's what matters the most, I think. We doing all these combos, have the one cooldown away. Maybe you can also do this borrow slightly later, potentially. So wait, and don't just pull instantly, but maybe extra 2 seconds or so. But this is understandable because the Kiri is there. I think if you get a kill instantly, lean behind the cover, get your right click back. Why not? Just yeah, you don't want to be aggressive if you don't have your cooldown away. That same as a Doomfist. I don't want to get in if there's no ability. Okay.
Yeah, the only reason we win this game is because our Widow just basically took over when the fights were lost.
Well, it's a part, definitely. The Widow is the part of this game, but yeah, let's see. Well, at this point, your angle control, where do you go? One more time.
Probably back to top theater.
Yeah, that's what I think. Instantly set up, take your position, short range angle, make sure you one ability away. Yeah, you have this escape, and should be good. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, this is a little bit of just too. No, I don't know like how to say it. It's just like too easy to scout. Yeah, the enemies, if you position around the gate just like that, it's maybe not the smartest thing. Yeah, sometimes as a Reaper you maybe would hide here. Yeah, again, this is not the common place for the enemy to look at because most of your team is positioned on the main usually. Yeah, but we definitely want to be thinking what are the options because you have the verticality. Definitely abuse that as much as possible.
I'm
Right.
still not used to her ult either.
the ult is yeah.
I'm assuming like in my mind it works like Earth Shatter and has that big
Yeah, it is.
spread
It is, yeah.
immediately, but it's so narrow to hit, which makes it balanced. But
It's just really nice, you know. If you look at this animation as well, if I want to go back to see your ultimate, it's just something to keep an eye on. Okay, when I do this, watch this character. Actually, I think okay, just once you hit something. Okay, so it's. I think it does a little of a boop ability, if I'm not mistaken. If you hit it,
it does. It knocks him up just a hair.
right. Exactly. So this is something you can keep an eye on as well. Yeah, whenever I do this ultimate, yeah, maybe again, I'm not necessarily want to be stacked up with my team, yeah, but I'm trying to go somewhere, set up the best spot possible, kind of knock them up in the spots where it's easy for your team to push as well. Obviously, you can get your solo kills too, but it's just usually because you see all this, the enemy, they expect all this incoming damage from the gates. Maybe I don't necessarily want to do my ultimate while being stacked up with my team, yeah, because they're hiding from this damage anyway. So I wanna, it's just I'm emphasizing the importance of why we need to set up first. Usually, yeah,
Right.
it's really beneficial for you. It's okay, maybe not necessary. I don't think it's exactly necessary here.
Necessary.
Yeah, it's just more a little bit too much, but let's see. Yeah, again, same thing about the setup. So we skip this. Okay. Let's see how you manage the resources. That's okay. I just think there's more convenient opportunity for you to find the same kill on the backline if you do it in proper way and you don't expose yourself before the fight. Right. This is fine. Now you get escape. You can die here. Okay. You see what went wrong about the abilities? So see,
I used them all instead of having one to escape.
well, you sort of had this, okay? You kind of wait, okay, 3 seconds, 2, 1. You sort of have it. Yeah, maybe. You can wait slightly longer, but once you have this as an escape, how do you manage it?
I use it as an attack. I should have went straight to the left and not worried about the soldier and played the cover. Probably what I should have done.
Think about combining the burrow. Yeah, I'm just gonna make this. So I'm gonna write down the section. Yeah, escape. Yeah, when I'm escaping to, because I think you can combine both escape and attacking the enemy, but it really depends on where do you place your burrow in this case. Okay, so if I'm doing it from here, right? See what the angle of escape is gonna look like. Let's just first find out where you're gonna escape to. What is that position you're gonna be trying to escape to with your right click? Most
I
likely
would say behind hotel.
behind hotel. Going here. Okay. Any other options?
I can go to the high ground to the right.
What's better?
Probably the high ground, honestly,
Yeah.
because they don't have much vertical,
Yeah.
especially since Monk is dead.
Yeah, and that's what I think as well. You kind of trying to maintain more aggressive angles as well, potentially you using them at any point of time. So it's not just I'm getting out and then I cannot retake the angle, but I'm getting on the dangerous angle while doing all of that as well. Yeah, and you can combine it actually with your attack tool if you can. Sometimes maybe you boop somebody. Let's say maybe your escape route is not this high gun. Maybe it's some sort of corner. Yeah, maybe I want to go around the statue. Well, you can boop the soldier, somebody to the statue, and then hide around the cover. If you know you can kill him, this is really important. Yeah, I don't want to be just being stuck. So you have to be careful. You can do this, but it's just I want to be careful with where I'm ending up. I want to end up near some sort of cover, yeah. And this high ground, it can be your cover. Maybe the statue can be your cover. Even this position in the back, it can be. But it's definitely tough when we out in the open.
I am such a klutz. Copy that. 60 seconds remaining. Objective lost. Stop the pain.
Okay, I'm getting on the angle. Where do I go?
Where the diva is.
Probably, I
Up
think.
on that high ground.
Yes, a really enclosed space, and your cooldowns rotations. Well, I think because you have some verticality to manage here. Probably you keep your right click as a escape. Maybe. Yeah, let's see.
I don't think the burrow can jump that high. I think you would need the right click to get that high.
Wait, can you jump there? Let me see. I think.
I don't think you can with the burrow.
Oh, with the borrow, no. With the borrow, no. So I'm saying your right click. Yeah, your right click.
Yeah.
I mean the drill. Yeah, the drill. If you trying to escape, then you need to keep that. Yeah, it's again the same way as with Doomfist uppercut. Yeah, you needed to keep the Doomfist uppercut for this section here as an escape. Maybe. It's actually here usually kind of would engage with what with sponge. Yeah, and then you kind of try to escape around the corner here. This is how it was with the Doomfist. With Venture, maybe you can try to go up here or something. I'm thinking it really depends on what the enemy is gonna do here. Once they break through the choke, I think you're probably gonna be trying to set up an attack on them. Let's see. Yeah, I think actually you can maybe keep your borrow here because I I think this corner is convenient. You can try to go for the right click and borrow around because there's more horizontal opportunities for you. Just to me, this seems a little bit risky. If I'm trying to engage here, right, with my with my borrow, yeah, let's say I do it as an engagement tool and then I right click here, I think there's a high chance they kill you because all this distance, you're gonna
Right.
be shot in the air quite a lot. So I think probably you can maybe keep your borrow, but let's see. Definitely set up here first though. Yeah, exactly, you have to be here, right? Well, when Winston made a mistake, you can punish him. Okay. What is that play we can do? Because you have the ultimate now. Where can you position?
Set up top, or you can go to the high ground to the left behind first point.
What do you think about this hotel here?
I like that. It's
If we
aggressive.
if we set up, yeah, if we set up, so see, like our idea is because you have so much mobility, I can take greedy angles, I can do that, but those have to be short range 180 angles. Let's put it this way, yeah. This is your most ideal way of playing Venture. Because here, remember, the problem was why I cannot be on this high ground when I'm attacking this is because there's just really big range, I think. It's gonna be complicated for you to get out,
Yeah.
simply. But if I can set up on 180 short range, I think you should be comfortable. Maybe even this is okay, yeah? This high ground also sort of works because you drop from here, but I'm just thinking the options, yeah? You can always be unpredictable in the game. There's no always one answer. There are multiple answers. Yeah, this is really interesting. I like the new here as well. Just the design overall.
It's probably the best two hero they've had.
No one can hide from my sight.
You see them through the walls, okay?
I get greedy here.
Yeah, this is what you would be doing on Doomfist. Remember when you feed, right?
Yeah.
You just get in full cooldowns, you can't get out. It's just really unfortunate. It just requires good setup. All of this, it requires good setup. Also, one more difference from that previous Doomfist is that sometimes as the Doomfist you could actually feed, go full in, and then use your ultimate as an escape. Yeah, even now you can do that. Even now the Doomfist, they totally do that. Or like as a monkey, again, you invest in a lot of abilities, get in, and then you can just use your ultimate to sustain, yeah? Here you cannot do that, so you have to be precise. Your ultimate is still more of a like attack tool, not sustain tool, so it's probably you're gonna be doing something with your ultimate first, and then doing something with your ability second, I think. So set up to do an ultimate. Yep, this works. You killed the sweeper, nice. You killed this Mercy. I think you just need to right-click her and would be fine. Right-click, well, shoot right-click, melee. What's the combo? Well, it's always you shoot between using the abilities.
Yeah,
That's the basic
it's
rule.
shoot, right click, shoot.
Right. It's always with any character you always know what the combo is because your animations, your whatever the character does, it drill, borrow, you can always shoot between the abilities because abilities are sort of canceling the shot, and this is something you take advantage of on any character. Genji, you can also do it on Tracers, Moiras, whatever. Yeah, this is what I think. You need to engage, but then your ability is gonna be for escape. I'm just anything about the quality of this engagement we can solve. We can think about make it better.
Probably shouldn't have dropped down when we were 2 down. Probably could have waited to ult.
Well, you got 2 though. If you get 2, and it's gonna be 3v3 because of it, I think it's it can work. Oh, actually, you guys have 2 only. Oh no, sorry, 3. Okay, so that makes sense if you get 2, right? If you're confident, you can do that. I'm thinking it might be reasonable in this case. If I know I can do that, it's just your setup. You see where you ended up at, yeah? You ended up out in the open here, right?
Right.
Any better option for you to set up here? Any thoughts?
Burrow to hotel where the team was, maybe, or go back to behind choke.
Yeah. I think one of those options probably.
Instead of just dropping down in the middle of their team.
Yeah. It's probably just attack later and do the proper engagement with your ultimate once they go through choke, because remember your ultimate also does AoE, yeah? It's more effective if you make the enemy stuck in narrow spaces. So once they go somewhere in the narrow space, then you attack. And you of course keep an eye on if your team is active or not. That is the most important. Now they're not, so you cannot attack. Right. Just a little bit of everything here, but yeah. Important. Yeah, they're stuck in the choke right here. I think best thing for you to attack. Be patient, go, attack from behind, short range angles, just like that. Bam. Got to an angle. This is good. Let's see what we do. Shoot. Engage. There's a big advantage, sure. Well, that's fine. There's nothing... Not too much to say. They're not gonna touch. Yeah, let's see how we manage an attack here. Seems like you guys gonna snowball them. It's so low on time. What's your setup options now? Where do you go?
Probably follow the depot to that opposite high ground.
Yeah,
Either
I think.
burrow jump or just right click up there.
Yeah, yep. So again, short range 180. You can even go all the way here. You can even do this. Go here. It's just not through the main, obviously. Yeah, we taking the time. It's okay for you to maybe use your cooldowns a couple of times. Sometimes remember the old Doom first. You also would do the same probably. Get your cooldowns first here. Yeah, use your cooldowns first as the rotation. Second, I would do something like using them at this point here-ish. Yeah. Definitely keep an eye on how you rotate on the open. That is something you can try to see what works, what's not, because I think you have decent travel time. If you do get killed out in the open, then make your rotations longer, such as like this. Yeah, I'm using this walls, all of that structures. Again, borrow. I think actually maybe starting up with a borrow and then going for the right click. One of the best options. So you ignore all this open space. You're not just this is what makes it difficult for you, right? To just fight the enemy. Yeah,
Right.
I'm making setting up on the angle with my borrow. If it's needed, if I need to get in the short range position to the open. Actually, worth writing it down. Okay. So it's just how do I get how do I use an ability to take angle control? Okay. So one, borrow. Usually start with borrow if need to cross open. And for your right click, yeah, it's just verticality mainly. Yeah, if you need to if you need to get some sort of verticality, then you're gonna be using it first, of course. Maybe on the maps like Gibraltar. You don't need probably borrow right away. I don't think you have, yeah. You can just start with the high ground on the Gibraltar, get on the top instantly and you're fine, yeah. And this is gonna be looking just good, yeah. When I need verticality is right click. Okay. Yeah, does all of it make sense? Okay. I'm just trying to structure it so we don't have too many things at the same time, because angle control, I think ability usage is gonna be good enough for today. Escape routes, we wanted to go over that before too, so yeah. It's really important on this hero. Okay, what are your options now?
Take high ground and have that tunnel to the left.
Tunnel to the left, yeah, probably. I think starting here might be complicated to rotate to here, so if you need to, you can use the borrow, go around once you fight for this corner, for example. It might be also you starting out here. I think, again, similar positions to Doomfist. That might be a little bit too greedy, unless you're confident you fight over here for this turn. If you fight for this turn, well, maybe your options are just using this room. Maybe your options are starting on the high ground, something like that. Again, short. but trying to lean towards short range 180 angle. You definitely don't want to do this as much. You don't want to stack on the opponent. Just go set up somewhere first, just in case. You also make it more convenient for you to boop. Yeah, see why it's important for us to be on 180. I can boop somebody in with my right click as well, with your drill. Yeah, so I'm not booping Sigma out of my team's sidelines anymore, right?
Mhm.
You still get a kill on him, but just general thought process for your next games. Well, you guys snowball them.
Alright.
That's
Yeah, I think
perfect.
this is it.
Well, you want to do a game? You can
Yes.
do, but you can do a game and just go over what we mentioned so far. Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
Let's make history.
Okay, so I'm gonna structure our summary a little while you're in this deathmatch. Okay, angle control. So it's always gonna be for us first setup, apply pressure. Yeah, this is gonna be your second step, and get out as the third step. Okay. So on the setup we have so far is use short range angle. And 180. Short range and 180. When you apply pressure, you usually want to have at least one ability as an escape. Keep that in mind. Okay. And when you get... Yeah, when you get out is just what ability you're using as an escape. Really depends on the map layout. Let's just simply start with how you set up. Short range, 180 angles. One cooldown to escape. Keep that in mind. Don't use all of them. Does that sounds good to you?
Mhm.
Nice, let's do it.
So here we could either take either right or left bridge and flank behind them.
Yeah.
I would say probably left side.
You know what? I think you can even start on the right side, do the drill upright. You end up on the right high ground because it's again shorter range space for you to start with, and then later you can work your way around and just take the high ground. I think because see, if I'm going all the way left here, it's a little bit too open to you. You don't like open space as this hero.
That's true.
Yeah, so maybe start with the right. Maybe even leverage this right building. Just, get on their backline. Try this out. I think, again, short range, whatever you have. Yeah.
That's why I was thinking use this bridge
Mm,
and flank behind them.
too long. Too long sideline. Take the, probably,
Okay,
try
so
this.
get on the high ground.
Yeah. Take the high
Okay.
ground, I think. So it's gonna be more of a, like, again, same Doomfist position, by the way. If you do remember, usually rotate through the right side here. Right. Yeah,
I
right
didn't
click
play
to
Doomfist
this.
like this on this map.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, well, I remember my old days when I was playing top of 100 Doomfist. I've been playing him for the most part. That's okay. Now, see your options. You can kill her. That's alright. Okay. Try to get in the back. This is also fine. Backline options first. Really high burst. Find the options to get a quick kill. Right. That's good. That's alright. I think try to repeat kind of similar pattern. You might even think about combining the pressure and escape if you can, yeah, if possible. It's just it requires a lot of practice, but anyway. Yeah, still do 180 setup, go behind. Setup first. Don't worry about the point here. Going for the backline. Need to find options. Can try to live. Just gotta win this 1v1 here. She's full ability. That's okay. That's okay. So, I think what you do with the setup is alright. What you need to pay attention to is your timing, though. So, when your team
Yeah.
attacks, you really need to already get in and do something with your right click or shift. Keep that in mind. So, like, be faster at using your abilities for the high burst. Right. Yep. Nice. That's fine. Can kill the shrine. Nice, good job. Now that was a really good timing, Boris. You're gonna die. Oh no. Or maybe you live. Well, they didn't kill you, so it's good. Nice. And ability for escape. Okay, now set up again. Don't waste your time. Go up. Do early shooting if you like as well. But then this is probably the position you're gonna be starting with. I think you gotta start with your ultimate, right? So make sure you're able to do that.
How did they not hit her?
I think she went around the corner there and didn't hit her, right? Oh yeah, well, it just hit the corner. That's why it did.
Yeah.
It did hit the corner, so the animation didn't go through. That's alright. There's a little bit of usually when you 1v1 certain hero, see how you force them to use the abilities first while dodging the abilities. So it's kind of it's kind of maybe they use the drill. Well, what do I do? Maybe I can. I'm not sure actually. The drill is the higher cooldown, is the higher cost than the borrow, if I'm not mistaken, or it's actually I need to see what might be good to use first.
The cooldown or the right click has shorter cooldown.
Shorter cooldown, okay. Okay, then ideally if you force them to borrow, then you can easily punish them with the right click later, I think. Like here, you can kill them. Right, and then you borrow out. Right. Okay. So see, you always kind of punish them with the cheaper resources, if possible. It's just... sometimes it's even the option to maybe if they use the cooldown and you just dodge it because you use cover. It's always nice. Force them to do something with your primary fire and such. Okay, rotate through. Probably borrow first. Borrow first and then right click. Yeah, borrow first, rotate through. Yeah, exactly. That's how you deal with the open space. Nice. That's alright, this is a good game, anyway. We're practicing, right? So it's just we're getting in the habits of doing the right thing. I think the main problem in your game was the attack timing with your burst ability. So you kind of just spend a little bit more time to maybe scout or just shoot. Yeah, you need to already do something with one of your abilities once you're in a position. See here, what are the options for you? Maybe you can try to hold this loved building, the enclosed one. You can start there. Maybe the right stairs, but it's a bit open to me, so I would do more like again Reaper angle because you're all close range.
Let's make history. Oopsie daisy.
Don't worry. I'll keep our medics safe.
Yep, let's see what you get here. Probably again you're gonna be starting with what? You're gonna be starting with borrow or right click here. What's your thoughts?
Depends on how they push, but probably right click.
Alright. Okay, so you borrow out to what? To what angle? You're gonna be thinking. Where are you gonna borrow out? If you borrow out to main, maybe.
Yeah.
This guy's isolated, you can punish them. Now find the options to engage on the main once your team is attacking. Watch for your timing. A little bit too early, but it's alright. Okay,
Yeah.
now just keep an eye on your tank, always. Your tank is active, go in. Yeah, like now you should be in already. Alright, okay? So be careful. Yeah, watch if they're attacking or not. Okay. Get in the position. Get behind them and start with right click and burrow out, ideally. See, against the Venture as well, try to force their borrow first. Let them use borrow first and then go in for a second later. So it's just... She will not cancel your cooldown animations. She will not punish you, I mean. Find the options to do the right click and borrow out. That's alright. Okay. Options to do right click and borrow out. Simply. See, maybe even can just wait, be patient. Yeah, just take your time to do all this. Huh. Yeah, behind them, find the right click options and borrow out. That's fine.
I'm okay. Ultimate's ready.
That's okay. Just a little bit late with the ultimate because...
Yeah, I thought we'd live longer.
just the rest of the core, they kind of died there. It's alright. I think mainly it's always fine if you keep an eye on what your tank is doing. Are they active or not? If they are, then we can be active. Okay, but set up
Can you
first.
help them out?
The high ground is a good option for you, yeah. And find the option to probably... Yeah, do this. Fine. Right? And you have your right click as an escape, or you can actually kill the Venture, I think. Maybe. Nice, good. Yeah, here it feels like your right click is gonna be more handy as an option, right? So you're just gonna be mostly boring for the pressure, in my opinion. Maybe you can even start boring from up position behind the corner, so you'll not take damage. Yeah, you always need to borrow behind the cover. See if this is an option, yeah. Nice. Out? Oh, really well. I think maybe we could have escaped if you just click and
If
borrow
I
out,
would've burrowed
but
already.
yeah, it's alright. There's no problem. Focus on the next fight here. See what are the options. Well, maybe you can find isolated kill, but try to get in the positions first. I think go in the back line. There's no way you get the Ryan. That's alright. You see, that's why maybe like, even if I'm going from here, see where your corner was to the left in the building, yeah? Maybe if I'm engaging from here, what if I just borrow and then engage? I borrow behind the corner, right? So you just kind of,
Right.
you don't want to borrow out in the open, really. Seems like really punishing you quite a lot. I think something we can be doing. Well, maybe let's review this one just a little bit more, if you like.
Alright.
If you have another one you want to review, we can also do that. But just, I think, might be good for us. See what are the options for us. What are the things for
All
us to
these
add?
are like tank and DPS. That's why I had some pinned. I don't know where they went. I don't know if
You know what you can do for the future? Just use the document which I gave you, and maybe save the games there, because there's a section for you. It's a student notes. If you scroll down on the Google Doc, you can always save the codes there. I think just in case. Maybe also leave the notes on anything you want to mention, anything you just want to ask me as well. Yeah, the notes on what do you struggle with, what do you do well. It's also useful. Okay. Let's see. Okay, here we go. The code gonna share. Okay. So far we had those kind of this three steps. Yeah, 3 steps plan. We had setup, apply pressure, and then get out. Yeah, let's maybe polish this a bit more. See what else we can get from this. Okay. Do you have any questions so far, maybe, or?
well, especially during that first fight, I felt uh while we are on defense, I felt like that high ground. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
The Ash kind of had where I was setting up kind of locked down, so I probably should have went to the other side.
Yeah,
Just rotate.
the other side here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can be actually. Yeah, just again keeping an eye on how can what am I gonna do with my cooldowns probably, right? It's just where your team is fighting now. Let's see. So if they're fighting for this choke here, yeah, let's say they're fighting for this angle A, right? And when I'm escaping, I don't want to have too long of a distance from cover, right? I don't want to be able to caught out in the open. So are you gonna be able? How are you gonna be escaping if you start here? Then let's call it position B on the bottom.
We can either go through the building I was in or rotate behind to Mega and then retake the high ground.
Right. So it's gonna be what? It's gonna be borrow for attack first and then right click up?
Yes.
Maybe, yeah. It can be. It just if you're choosing this option B, yeah, I think it seems like an option. If I go to cover, Sure. It can be also, well, this, let's call it C. I do all of this pressure here because it's really short range and I can potentially borrow through this space. It's gonna have enough time to get behind the corner. I think you can also do that or maybe try to go here. So you probably, if you're at C, you start with the right click. It's just kind of for us as a general rule, we wanna see where's this closest cover where most of my team is playing. Yeah, where most of my team is playing around. What kind of space are we controlling? Want to kind of find out what's good because I think there are definitely a lot of options for you. This is also fun. It's just then your ability rotation is gonna be different. I'll try to take this angle on the bridge. You start the pressure here. So see, you have to be faster, sort of. You start the pressure, but it should be ideal you pick out, do something, and then get out, I think, somehow, right? You probably don't want to just shoot. I think it's more... It's
So
even...
like burrow in right here
Mm,
and right click out.
yeah, maybe. Maybe, so it's just... It can also be the right click. If you know your team is kind of they're fighting here, I can just borrow through this space. It'll be comfortable. What I'm using. I guess this is something you gotta be experimenting with, and just it will show with the playtime what are the best options probably because the hero is new, right? Whereas definitely we gotta keep an eye on how can I apply the most pressure and set up in a reasonable way. I mean, yes, it's set up escape in a reasonable way, all of that. So it's just I really like the option whenever you can right click somebody towards your teammates. So you can just kill them. You can also
So
maybe
like drop down and right click the run towards the team.
yeah, it can be. It can be exactly. This is what I think. Yeah, find those options. See what gets you better cooldown trade. Right? If I right click this Reinhardt towards my team, what are those cooldowns you're gonna be forcing?
Either life grip, maybe charge.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, maybe. It's just to me like what seems to be doing more pressure initially, your right click or your borrow? What's your thoughts?
Probably in this situation, probably my burrow to the back line, get them out of position,
Get
or
them
make
out of
them use
position.
more abilities.
Because
Like make Ash use
yeah,
Coast Gun.
right, right. Okay. Because see, like I think you have to understand. Yeah, whenever you do something, make sure this is something you do gets you better cooldown trade. Borrow, it seems like more of a AoE tool, right? I can hit multiple people. With the right click, it's I think you can. You cannot boop multiple. You can boop kind of only one, if I'm not mistaken. Well, you can make
You can damage multiple people, but
separately.
you can only hit one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is what I mean. Yeah. So you gotta be more precise with the right click. It seems like right click does more damage just on one group of people versus I'm using my borrow as a E tool. Yeah, so you definitely have to keep an eye. You see what is the better option. But now, if the backline is like, well, if you do something in the backline now, can your team capitalize of it?
No.
Not as much. Yeah, this is what you want. Yeah, simple rule. I'm doing something. It's either gets me kill or gets my team kill. Okay. I'm just trying to trade cooldowns in this way. Well, maybe you're forcing out a lot of stuff there, but it's not useful to your team. Well, then I probably want to choose to do what in this case. If it's not useful to
Right.
my team.
Right click the run up.
Yeah, right click the Rhine and I think borrow out. I think that's that's how you think. Yeah, find the best option in this current moment, even though the tank is usually not the best. But if there is no option for you to go on the back line, why why to not do some pressure towards your towards the Rhine? Maybe there can be an option to go on the back line, but do it later. Yeah, you don't want to be shooting now. Then yeah, you want to
Right.
be letting the enemy through. I think it might be even better option, just your default option, dealing with the backline first, seeing what are the options for you to apply pressure and then out. You can do this. You can do early pressure and don't use your abilities, right? You need to find what are the things I can do. I think on this at this point of time, when they're that far, of course there are no possibilities. You can kind of wait, and then do something. Yeah, I think our defensive role was better. You can see on the attack though, yeah, we kind of struggled with getting the right sequence. Let me see.
2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Okay, so here you get this. Just why usually I think it's kind of might be the best option for you, because you ignoring all this open space. Maybe the options can be also, well, I can borrow and then right click to here. Yeah, again, you just want to find options to avoid open space you deal with. So maybe even actually even this might seem like a better option. Yeah, what's your thoughts? Like, what your initial rotation can be looking like on the if you're trying to set up somewhere.
Either the room you just showed or that corner over there where the well is on the left side
Hmm.
behind that building,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
try to force them to either push me or fall back.
Yeah. But then, yeah, so it's gonna be always, I'm just gonna be writing it down, yeah, because it's apparent. If you cross the open, then you just borrow plus, так, borrow plus what? You do the right click, yeah, do the right click as well. Yeah, exactly. Okay, this is good. Oh, she gets killed almost, but she gets grappled out initially, eventually. So see, this is the options you want to find. Yeah, when you have your abilities, what do I do next? Yeah, I pressure with my right click, or do I borrow first? What's
I could have went back. Could have went behind me to the stairs and got a better view of where everybody was underneath me, like the Ash and Lifeweaver, and possibly burrowed on the Lifeweaver or the Ash.
So it's gonna be borrow first and right click out. Yeah, it can be. Okay, again, your team, just make sure that most of them, they can contribute on that, or you get a solo kill. Here, it seems like your team is sort of able to capitalize on what you're doing. Yeah, they're being active towards this space here, so yeah, this can be good enough. I think usually maybe the options for you to also find something isolated, you can also go on them too. Just higher uptime bars, yeah. We cannot hold on the cooldowns too long, because if we do, then your team just slowly losing the Suisus war. Okay, we're getting the high gun here.
I didn't know she was that low.
Well, now it really seems like the right click, especially when you're fighting towards the open, the right click will be more handy. You know, it's, remember the old Doomfist as well. You really engage with the right click kind of most of the time, and you try to get a kill. I think this is the thing for you as this character as well. Yeah, probably there gonna be more options by default finding the way to do something with the right click first, in my opinion, because there might be no situations like for most of the time where the enemies are too stacked up together where you can borrow first, right? Like here, you see like how this guys are split, yeah? What am I doing here? What I'm gonna engage first? Well, I can maybe right click and then borrow out. It just depends on where do I end up with my right click, right? Let's say I maybe right click this, or maybe I right click the Rhine and then I borrow
I
out to
should have
this
went towards
space.
the Venture. I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Yeah,
Behind the
you can.
statue, 'cause she's isolated.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, she's more isolated. Exactly. Yeah, finding more isolated, killable, always. And then finding the options for you to escape after. It just kind of feels really. Right click by default is good. I'm just gonna write it down. This is good. Okay. Yeah, let's keep going. Yeah, a little bit too long in the backline. I think if you ever, well, it's not that it's too long. It's just I think maybe live, but then make sure it's a reasonable. It's reasonable for you, like you can win some sort of 1v1 later there. If you cannot, then I think it's better to die. But in this case, if I'm taking the 1v1 with Venture, how you want to go about it? What's your
You
thoughts
want to
here?
first force our burrow out first
Hmm.
and
Uh,
try to avoid the
yeah.
damage.
This is what I think. Yeah, you need to find options to win the fight with the cheaper resources. Whenever you notice like the new character they get introduced, you can always kind of follow this formula. I'm doing something with my primary fire, ideally, and then I force them to use cooldowns. Once they force to use cooldowns, you can punish them with your own. This is always good formula. And whenever you do this normal pressure with the primary fire, it's mostly about how you use cover on any map. Yeah, here I can use this cover and just kind of peek shoot. Yeah, I can because you're you have quite a good projectile. Yeah, don't have to be always out in the open. So see, when you're taking the duel, it's always cover shoot. Yeah, peek out, shoot. Yeah, so I don't want to borrow first. There's no reason. Yeah, just shoot for something and then follow up with my abilities, punish her with my own cooldowns. Probably this is the best thing. But see, now she punishes you. You use 2 cooldown, now she punishes you with what? With just 1, right? There's just 1 borrow and shooting after. And also her right click, actually. She also has it. So this is not the best. Yeah, and she should have got you with the right click, right? Alright. Let's see. Maybe do you have any specific questions about this section on just this map in general?
I don't think so. We've covered pretty much all my questions.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking of what else we can. Well, it was a good game. Well, let's see. We can, I think, mostly summarize all of this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what do we got out of today? Let's summarize quickly.
Play of the
Position before attack. Uh, Ability usage. Always have 1 to escape with. Uh, Always be in 1 ability range to
Mhm.
escape. And always apply pressure when your tank's applying pressure.
Yeah, yeah.
And the 3-step rule.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just first step is to set up. Second, you apply pressure kinda, and then you're getting out. It's just for now. I think this is a good quality because I'm trying to simplify C because it's a pretty new character. Start with this, and then later we can add more specifics. So for setup, angles, take short range and 180 angles. I just sort it down. If rotation, suit the open. Yeah, when you're setting up, I think you gotta use your borrow first to rotate through. Take advantage of that. That is fine. You can definitely apply pressure later as well. You just get on the angle first if you need to rotate. So borrow is your best tool to start with. Maybe borrow right click even. That's okay. You have 1 cooldown rotation. First cooldown rotation to set up. And then second cooldown rotation is for your pressure. Okay. I think definitely keep an eye on right click for initial pressure usually because most of the time people are gonna be spread out. So it's just might be the good option to start with. Borrow first. If you can shoot multiple people, my opinion. If you just kind of you go for more AoE type of style, yeah, when people stack together a little bit too much. Like you saw, there've been some examples in your previous fights. Okay, and as a general note, definitely keeping an eye on most of your team if they are being active or not. Okay, and about getting out, get out. In my opinion, because most of the time you're gonna be attacking with right click, you should be getting out with borrow because it's like has less attack potential. But yeah, all of it depends. Yeah, get out with borrow usually. It's when you need more when there's an option for horizontal escape. You know what I mean? Like you don't have as much high grounds maybe. Yeah, when you can just get around the corner. When there's option to do horizontal escape. Okay, And get out with right click when there are a lot of high grounds around you. So maybe it might be on the maps like, let's say Numbani. Yeah, you play Numbani, maybe there's no option for you to exactly get out. With Borrow Reader, well, it might be using your right click a little bit more, yeah? It's just seeing what the map does, yeah? Dorado again, quite a good map with a lot of high gun control too. Okay, do you have any final questions?
I don't think so. Not that we haven't already covered.
Okay, then let's try to apply all of this. A little bit more of angle control, a little bit of your resource management, and later we can keep an eye on your angle still. How do you do all of that? We went over escapes. This is good. We can also go over if we need to. I see we got some notes on mentality. Maybe if we're gonna need that, we can go with that. And we also can go over tempo. I think that's gonna be our next theme because we didn't cover the tempo as much as I believe. Yeah, might be quite helpful for you to understand because you need to find good times to use the ultimates. You need to find good times to also apply general pressure. So let's do that.